Hi, and welcome back to Rick's Room. Now, this is the podcast where we simulate the end of a busy conference day. You've been hard at work all day, on your feet, finally get to sit down in a comfortable chair or couch in a lounge or at the bar at the hotel, and you see someone walking toward you that you wanted to talk to all day. Now, my guest today is someone that I suspect many of our viewers want to talk to because he's a recruiter, but not just any recruiter, for specialized uses of technology. Now, we've seen tech move so quickly and so rapidly with many changes happening, and the people that can actually make this work and deliver what lenders in our industry, for instance, want are few and far between. But this man knows how to find them. Please welcome Scott Stucky. Scott's with Global Recruiter Network. Scott, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here, Rick. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, I'm an old tech reporter. A lot of my viewers know that. So I've been writing about technology for years. I have never seen changes come so rapidly as I have over the last few years. But that's my perspective. How have you seen the industry changing and the need for these professionals changing over time?
A great question, Rick. I mean, like you, I'm an old technology guy as well. And the mortgage industry has historically been relatively slow to adopt technology, and that's really changed in the last year to 2 years. With the advent of AI and with the advent of machine-generated code, changes are just, it's blistering fast, how fast it's changing. And the adoption rates and how it's being used is changing rapidly as well.
Well, how is that changing what companies in our industry need in terms of personnel?
Well, relative to AI in particular, and AI seems to be the popular hot topic these days. You've got a number of different things about AI. It can improve your workflow. It can improve your process workflow. It can improve your software development lifecycle, or SDLC. It can actually generate the code for you, and it can do it faster and at a higher quality than the human being can. So the issue then comes down to how are you going to govern that and manage it, and how are you going to use it? Because the bottom line is the GSEs still buy the vast majority of loans in our industry, and the GSEs have been very clear about saying that, hey, if we've got a problem with a loan and you used AI to get it approved and funded, you, the lender, are responsible for that. So there's still a substantial amount of risk from the lender's perspective in terms of compliance and repurchase risk to make sure they're leveraging and using this technology appropriately. And what's unique about this, Rick, is that they've specifically said it's the lender that will be responsible and not the third-party vendor.
Yeah. So that puts a lot more risk in something that most of the lenders that I've been talking to really want. They want that AI support during the loan origination process in particular, and also on the default side, but certainly on the origination side. So from a recruiting standpoint, what does that mean you're looking for when you're looking for people that can assist them with this?
Well, the gold standard is to find somebody that's familiar with agentic AI and with RAG pipelines that understands mortgage banking, whether it be servicing, capital markets, or origination. That's the gold standard, and it's not easy to find. It's kind of interesting. We've had a client reach out to us recently and said, hey, I want somebody that's got 5 years of mortgage and has 5 years of AI experience in the industry. Well, that doesn't exist because 5 years ago we didn't have AI in the industry.
Right.
So for a lot of these folks, you need to find someone that became an early adopter that has mortgage industry or domain expertise, and at the same time understands how to use and leverage AI and where it can fit and where it can't fit. Where is it risky and dangerous, and where does it make all the sense in the world?
Yeah. Now, I've watched the industry's roles of employees expand and contract over the years based on the cycles. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can do the work we do, but how many people are out there that can do the work you just described?
They're rare. We've got a number of our clients that are pounding on our door asking us to find these kind of solution architects with AI experience, people that have experience automating the software development lifecycle so they can take their team of, let's say, 5 or 10 software engineers, and if you appropriately use AI for software development, you can effectively get the same output as 20 to 25 people.
Wow.
But there are not a lot of people that have actually done that and executed it. What you've got is a lot of people that put stuff down on resumes, or this shouldn't be a surprise, they'll use AI to enhance their resume, and then they say, gee, I can do this, and the trick is figuring out can they or can't they.
Wow. So to make this visual, if I'm looking at a graph of all the people that can do the basic engineering that we need, how much of that are these people you're describing? Is that 20%? Is that 40%?
I'd say 10% or less.
10%. Oh man. Okay. So the question then is, how do you find them?
Well, the very best talent, the very best employees are hardly ever looking, right? They're not cruising Indeed, they're not cruising LinkedIn looking for job postings. They've got their heads down and they're working hard. And so you've got to have relationships with them. You've got to have data on where they are. How do they like to be communicated with? These are software engineers, Rick. Generally, they're not terribly people oriented. They're kind of task and function oriented. They're not interested in a 30-minute phone conversation or a Zoom call. A lot of times they want an instant message or a DM in some type of a platform like GitHub, or a text message directly to their cell phone, just to get their attention and say, hey, here's an opportunity. Would you be willing to consider it?
Tell me what you can about the work of digging into these folks and finding out if they can really deliver. Because you've already told us a lot of people will use AI and they'll beef up that resume and they'll look really good. How do you know? How do you know you found what you're looking for?
A part of that is just understanding what AI is and how it works. And we use it here in our office. We use it a lot of what we do is data oriented in terms of searching for candidates or searching for companies that could use our service. And we leverage AI to do that. We have our own RAG pipelines. We have our own AI tools for screening resumes. And again, case in point, just this morning, I screened 65 resumes for a product manager position, and I was able to do it in about 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
AI tools that we use. So having that experience in our back pocket, we can sit down and talk with them and ask specific questions about how do you implement a RAG pipeline? How do you implement a agentic workflow? What workflows have you affected? How have you done intelligent document processing and strip data off, move that into a JSON file to put that into a vector database? When they're able to answer those kind of questions, you've got a pretty good idea. And again, I'm a technology guy, but I've been out of hands-on technology for years, but I know the right questions to ask. And then at that point in time, we can get them to our clients, and our clients are going to get down in the weeds and get real down and dirty and figure out, is this real or is this not real?
Yeah. Now, it would seem that a lot of these people that know this stuff aren't even in our industry yet. Is that true? Or are you finding enough people here?
Well, there's a bunch of people not in our industry, right? And for some of our clients, that'll work okay. But as I mentioned, the gold standard is to have some experience with AI and have some mortgage domain expertise. That's probably the platinum standard, not the gold standard.
Yeah. It sounds a little like you. So I want to ask you that. I know a number of recruiters. I know the work that they do and how valuable it is. But you actually sound more like a treasure hunter to me than a regular recruiter. How did you get into this?
So kind of an interesting story. I was consulting a number of years ago. I was going back and forth between Colorado and San Francisco. I got home on a Friday night and was having dinner with my wife. We're empty nesters. Boys have been out of the house for a number of years. Sitting there enjoying a glass of wine, and she had mentioned that she was thinking about getting back in the workforce. She had been a stay-at-home mom for 25 plus years. And she said, I think I'm interested in recruiting. She said, baby boomers are retiring. People are needing to hire. It's data oriented. She was a bond trader when she was in the industry a number of years ago. And she said, I think I'm looking about considering buying this recruiting franchise. And I was like, well, that sounds wonderful, honey. And she kind of looked at me and said, well, I was hoping when you cycled off your project that you would consider coming and help me get this off the ground. And I was kind of like,
Scott, am I hearing you say what happens to so many spouses that your wife got you into this?
Yeah, pretty much. And her take on it was, well, you know a lot of people know you. You've got good relationships, which is true. And she said, I'm really good with data. I'm really good in the back office. She said, I think we'd make a great team. And she said, let's focus on the mortgage industry and the technology side of stuff. And my wife, like I said, was a bond trader, so we do some secondary recruiting that she handles.
Yeah.
And that was kind of how we got off the ground.
Well, it's a wise man who can listen to his wife, so that's good. But Scott, what's kept you in this? Why do you still find this exciting?
I got to tell you, there's nothing more exciting, or I wouldn't say exciting, I would say rewarding, Rick, when you place a candidate and 2 years later you talk to the candidate's hiring manager and they say, we were thrilled with what Rick's been able to do for us. He's contributing. He's been promoted already. He's doing a great job. And then when I talk to you as the candidate and you say, you know what, Scott, this is the best thing that ever happened to my career. That is so rewarding, and it's so fulfilling to help people do that on both sides of the equation. Or to have somebody that you placed 5 or 6 years ago move on to another role, pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, I need you to help me build out my team. This is what I'm looking for. Can you help me find this? because you helped me get to that place where I was before. I know you can go find more of what I was 5 or 6 years ago. It's super rewarding. And the mortgage industry, if you've been in it a long time, like you and I both have, Rick, it's a great industry.
Yep.
There are great people here, and it's super rewarding and fun to be able to make that work from a business perspective and keep those long-term relationships.
Absolutely. It sounds awesome. And it sounds like what every lender is trying to do, but our work is often so transactional with consumers that kind of satisfaction is hard to find. So good for you. Good for you for finding it. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. We like it.
That's awesome. Now, if someone who's viewing this wants to learn more about what you're doing or possibly get engaged with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can drop me an email at sstucky@grndtc.com, and or they could go to our website, which is www.grndtc.com. At the website, there's a link that'll say book an appointment, and you can just click on that link. It'll give you access to my calendar, and you can schedule some time for us to have a Zoom call and talk about whatever is going on in your world, whether you're looking for a new opportunity or considering one, or if you're a hiring manager and you're saying you're frustrated because, case in point, we hear this all the time. I posted something on LinkedIn. I got 350 resumes in 2 hours. I have no chance whatsoever in being able to go through those and screen them. And the fact of the matter is, out of 350 resumes, there may be 5 worth looking at.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right. Scott Stucky, it's Global Recruiters Network. Scott, thanks for being on the show with me. Things are moving so quickly that I am certain. I would love to have you back on the show and talk to us again about how things are changing and what you're seeing in the market. But for today, thank you so much for being with me.
Happy to do it, Rick. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
All right. And thank you all for watching.